Hey, what's good? This is Ali, Hoodstar 365, and this is Respect the Game, the podcast, episode 129. And you can see that I'm on the beach right now. I'm in Atlantic City, New Jersey, on the beach. See the water, see my kids enjoying it. So they say it's gonna be 80 degrees today. It's April 29th. So I told my kids I was gonna get a day off from school. They do online schooling, so that I was gonna bring them down. I was gonna bring them down to the beach, get some sun, and get some air because we haven't had air in a year, go outside in like a year and a half. Like, I want to go to Florida so bad to go visit my mom, and I haven't seen my kids since the pandemic thing has happened. I don't want them to get sick, and I don't want to get sick, But anyway, so today's podcast, we're going to be talking about everything that's going on within our world, or what's going on today, especially here in the United States of America. We know we're all dealing with a pandemic, the virus, and then how it was neglected by the former administration. And now with the new administration, they're coming in and they fast tracking everything, even the vaccine. Like they're putting that vaccine that everybody's on. But I seen yesterday on the news, now they open up all the vaccine spots where you don't have to make an appointment. You just walk in and they stick you in your arm. But yesterday it was completely empty in Philadelphia. Like three different spots was empty. So now they're saying that they're going to start sending out street teams knocking on people's doors. So I know that as predominantly the Latino and the black community, we're hesitant to take that vaccine because we just don't trust it. It's, right now the people who are taking the vaccine, you are the test dummies. And my mom took it. My sister didn't take it. My daughter took it. And my other daughter took it. I just pray to God nothing happens, man. But I haven't taken it as of yet. I got to see 6 months, a year down the road. Because it wasn't tested long enough for you to just force. Well, they already vaccinated almost 300 million people. Now, what's to happen if all of a sudden 300 million people just fall out? Because mind you, the world is overpopulated. It's a fact. There's too many humans on the planet, and the planet is suffocating. That's why it's reacting the way it's reacting, with the volcanoes and the tornadoes and the hurricanes and the gust winds and the fires and the sinkholes and a lot going on, bro. And people are like real violent. If you haven't noticed, the violence has went during the pandemic. The violence has went like a whole other level, with a lot of mass shootings. And since the verdict of that clown that killed George Floyd, there's been 181 police shootings since then on black and Latino people. So that's why I say, man, stay out the way. Stay out the way. Avoid all contact with other humans as possible. Because if you're an energy person, you know how to read energy, then you can read energy when somebody come up on you and they don't even have to say anything. They can just have negative energy. You should be able to read that. And just, and deflect it and keep it moving and go the other way. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, it's out of control, man. So I had to come down here to the beach, man, and come down here and just sit down and look at the water and look out to the water and talk to my Lord and pray and, and meditate. Listen to the sounds of life and not to take it for granted. You hear the ocean? It's beautiful. Hear the birds. It's just a beautiful thing, man. I got my kids out here. They're having a good time already. We just got here on the beach, and they're playing with the water and the sand and just letting them, because they've been in the house the whole time doing online school, and I don't let them go nowhere. I protect the mind. I don't care. I'm not letting them go nowhere, bro. When we go somewhere, everything has to be outdoor. Or I'll do drive-through, get something to eat. We're not going to no restaurants. I'm not going to no clubs, no parties, no events. I'm not doing none of that shit, bro. Everything I do concerning Hood Star Entertainment and the podcast and the mixtapes and the music reviews, whatever I got going on, everything's done online. Everything. You want to buy my merch, everything is done online, or you DM me, give me your address, pay for it, and I'll drive to the post office and mail it to you. But you can go get the merch, hoodstarworld.com, or you can follow me on Instagram, hoodstarworld, and hit my DM, and I'll get it out to you. Life. Never in my wildest dreams in my lifetime would I imagine that we would be in this position, in this predicament, where you could be here one day and gone in 3 days from a virus that was created by man. That's the crazy part. It was created by China. But let's stop all the politics and all the nonsense, man. It was created by China, and this white man, a professor from the United States, they created it in the lab in Tennessee. Then when they created it in Tennessee, the Chinese scientists and the American scientists created it together. Then they both flew to China and went and took it to that Wuhan lab. So when they had it in the Wuhan lab, the American went back to America. So when Trump decided not to pay China their $8 trillion, the Chinese government came in there and got that virus, and they released a little bit of it. And you see what that little bit of it did. It went around the world. They could have released the whole vial, and they would have killed millions and millions and millions, probably billions. But they knew that virus was going to touch here in the United States, and we're the ones suffering the most. Well, now India is, but we have more cases than anybody around the world. So it's biochemical warfare, really. But the media's not talking about it because they don't want us as citizens to get into panic, and then the government start panicking, and it'll be a World War III. And then we'll all lose because they have nuclear weapons and we have nuclear weapons. Russia has nuclear weapons. North Korea has nuclear weapons. Like, we're not the only ones who have nuclear weapons, Look at these two clowns over there and get in the water. There's no lifeguards out here. And you see the water is rescinded. Let me show you. You see the water is rescinded all the way back from the line. So that means that water is going to come in. And when it comes in, it's going to drag both of them out to sea. And there's nobody here to save them. And I'm definitely not going out there to save nobody. Hell no. Only those two right there. I'll die for them. I don't know them. I don't know why they're being goofy. Why would they go out there? That's dumb. Like, don't you have a family? Look. I got a piece of fucking dough from the slice of pizza I had in between my teeth. It's starting to hurt. Yeah, so then, besides that, man, God is merciful. And the crazy part is that I've made more money I made more money during this pandemic than I made my whole lifetime. Like, I got more money in my bank account than I ever had in my life, dog. Ever. Is that crazy? Ain't nothing but God. But they going out further and further, man. They gonna be sorry, bro. When that sand collapse right there and take them out, bro, they gonna be finished. They're done. Yeah, so now, you know, then I started investing in cryptocurrency. You know, I didn't just stay on my hands during this time. During this whole time, like, my platform has developed. I got a radio station now. It's called Hoodstar365TVRadio.com. And I showcase people's videos, put their songs on the radio. I started hosting mixtapes. Now I'm all the way up to volume 23. It's all indie artists submit their music to me, and then I give them the opportunity to get placements and get on the mixtapes. And I also offer, with the podcast, I'll play an artist's song before the podcast starts and then after the podcast starts. Ended. When the podcast ends, I'll feature your song. You know? Then I got the Shopify store, custom t-shirts, 365.com, hoodstarworld.com. So I've been just keeping my mind busy and my kids keeping me busy with the online school and being home every day. I love it. Because I've always done construction and I was always, it's okay. I was always not home, you know? I was always not home. I was always working, night shift, a 12-hour shift, 16-hour days and all that, making somebody else rich. Then I decided prior to the fucking, pandemic, because I had got hurt and I hurt my back and I had a back procedure done, so I was out of work, disabled. So this is when I built my platform up, because I just had my label. And I just had an artist, a couple artists that I was paying for studio time and paying for their videos. And what I did was I said, man, as soon as I got some money, I bought my own studio. I bought my own camera. I learned how to shoot videos. I learned how to record. I learned how to do everything that needs to be done during this pandemic. God has just blessed me with the ability to comprehend and to learn hands-on. To learn hands-on, apply yourself. That's one thing that he gave us that he hasn't given to no other creature in the universe that we know of. Because now when you see on the news now about these sightings, about UFOs and Martians and there's other ways. Allah said there are many things that we do not know that's beyond our spectrum in the Quran. The knowledge that we have on earth is but a peck, a bird's peck of their beak of the ocean. So it's like infinite, it's vast. His intelligence and his creativity, and it's like we're not the only universe. It's like it just not, it doesn't end. Find a treasure pot, chest, full of gold, cash. Oh, yes it is. So I'm a realist, man. I was never that type to be in Walt Disneyland and not in tune with reality. Not in tune with my reality and not in tune with the reality around me. That's why I don't trust no one. I don't have no friends. I used to be the type of guy that always had a bunch of friends and had people around me for no reason. That wasn't on what I'm on. That wasn't on my thoughts or what I'm on. Then when I started getting on this, when I got on this, what I'm doing now, then I just cut everybody off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that because never in my lifetime have I been by myself, alone. You know what I'm saying? Never in my lifetime has I ever been by myself. I've always had a woman, baby mama, and a bunch of friends, a bunch of dudes around me. And we all just try to, just to encourage each other negativity, how to get money, how to sell this, or we're gonna do this, or what master plan we're gonna come up with to get rich. And all those decades went by, and thank God that God, shed the light on me and woke me up to get me out of that state. It was not good. And I ended up getting a county bid, but after the county bid, I got a state bid. A 10-year state bid. So when I went in and I came home, I lost everything that I had. Everything that world that I built prior to that, it was all gone, man. The cars, the bikes, the women, my kids, my older kids. There was like a major disconnect. So then God blessed me with two little ones. Like I met somebody, she got pregnant when I first came back home. Had my son 2008, and then my daughter was born in 2011. I met her mom and she got pregnant, so she was born in 2011. And then God gave me more. He gave me full custody of them both. So now my son's 13 and my daughter's 10. And we're already almost at the halfway point of 2020. So that means in 7 more months, they'll be 14 and 11. And then the years just go faster. And I'm just begging and asking God to please place His mercy on me. So that He can continue to send the angels to wake me up in the morning where I can breathe, and see, and hear, and comprehend, and teach my kids for many more. Don't put sand in his hair. Years. Shake that sand out. Oh, you got sand. You got sand on your hands now. Why you do that, little girl? Don't do that. See what I'm saying? Come here, let me get it out your hair. Bend down. Get on your, bend down. Look. All right. Ow. What happened? He said, "Oh, it hurt." It ain't hurt. Your big ass head. So that's what it is, man. That's where I'm at, bro. So you guys let me know since the pandemic has happened, what have you done? Has your lifestyle or your life, has it changed for the better, or have it gotten worse for you? Have you earned income? Have you developed any type of income? Or have you just sat on your hands? Because I know that I signed up for TikTok about a year and a half ago or last year. And that app taught me about cryptocurrency and investing in stock and what platforms to download to invest money. And I did, and I've done it. It was the best decision that I ever made in my life. The best decision ever. So now we're going to see where it takes us in the next 3 to 5 years, turning millions and millions of dollars. But now the United States government hating because now they can't control the money because it's, like I said, it's infinite. The internet is infinite, bro. So cryptocurrency is in that space where it can't be regulated. The only thing countries can do, like Turkey just did it, and a few other countries where they ban cryptocurrency, because they want to control the money and control the people. Because like especially here in America, they teach the kids to go to school, go to college, and get a job. That's it. Like when I went to school, they didn't teach us how to invest. I never got no information about stocks, investing, 401ks, none of that. The only thing they used to tell me was, listen, go to college, you play basketball, you go to college, play basketball, get a degree, then when you get out, you go get a job, a salary job, a yearly salary job, and work for 30 years, and you retire, 55, 65, and then you die. Meanwhile, they billionaires and they millionaires and they riding around in Bentleys, got mansions. But they're keeping us down. So thank you to TikTok for creating that app to where there's so much information on there. You learn so much on there. It's just ridiculous, man. Like now I'm looking to venture into something else. Now I want to venture into something. I'm not going to say what it is. When I'm done this episode, then I'm gonna sit here and pray and meditate on it. But I wanna venture to something else bigger and more broader and create more wealth. I got my investments on the side, so I need to forget about that. Don't touch it no more, and then create something else to where it starts generating thousands of dollars a day. Thousands of dollars a day. So I make millions and millions a year. Because I'm closer to death. Now, as you get older, you get closer and closer to death. So now I'm thinking about my kids and my grandkids and my family and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me. I lived. I had fun. I turned up. I went to the whole shit, bro. The 80s, the 90s, early 2000s, all that shit, bro. Did it all. Cars, bikes, drugs, money, women, travel. Like I did it all, bro. So now I just want to stack up and stack up and stack up and stack up and stack up, stack up and just stack up, and then be able to take vacations and take my kids wherever they want to go. To enjoy life. But I'm going to keep the Hoodstar platform going, though. With the radio station and the mixtapes and the podcast and the clothing line. You know what I'm saying? God is great, dog. Come on, walk with me, man. Let's take a walk. Let's take a walk, bro. You want to take a walk with me, bro? Then I got to get on my lose weight journey. I got fat as hell during the quarantine, bro. Sitting at home all just eating. So I bought a treadmill and an exercise bike, a blender. I started drinking smoothies. Lord, please give me the strength. All right. So I just came on here to let you know, be in tune with your reality. Keep your 3D glasses on. Keep your head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? And invest in yourself. And if you meet somebody and they decide to connect with your energy and invest in you, then be appreciative. Promote that person and his brand. You should be promoting that person and that brand more than anything else 7 days a week. You should be going so hard for that person for investing in you. Alright? So I'm Ali. This is Hoodstar 365. And this is Respect the Gainer podcast, episode 129. We're on Apple Podcasts now, Spotify Podcasts, Google, all podcast platforms. And please go subscribe to my YouTube channel at Hoodstar 365 TV Radio. And let everybody know, get the word out. And go tune into the podcast. You can get all the information. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Alright? So I'm Ali, and let's respect the game, and I'm out. Peace. Hoodstar.